I cut them wide, I cut them long, I cut them fat. I keep them coming back. What? We keep them coming back. I'm in the distribution. I'm like eggplant. I got the motherfuckers flat.
Hello, PAX. All right, we're gonna make a comic strip.
Hey, good.
Well, I can't promise that.
This is from last year.
Let's just do it again.
Still wet. More Dick Wolf!
All right, start writing. Yeah, they can read that. Actually, it's not up on the side. Oh, there we go. No, you don't need to. I'll handle the art. You don't need to give me tips. Just write the dialogue.
Typo! There we go.
Listen, this is going to be tough for me to get done in an hour and a half. I need you to pick it up. All right? Seriously, it's a big strip. I need to start drawing. These are all true fears, actually. Gabe will be enclosed in his own special Poke-mobile at this point.
Pokemobile.
All right, hit him with the punchline. Oh, come on, man. Really? In front of everybody? Yeah, that was the problem. This is what I have to deal with. Come on. Also a real concern. Come on. So close. I can see the finish line. All right, thank you. Oh. Close the check. Oh, no, sorry, no. No, I won't do it. you understand that's PAML. And PAML is formulated in an entirely unique fashion. The fashion changes from day to day. Now we have microphones in our classic scenario. While my associate, Gabriel, entertains you with his artistic stylings, I will answer your questions and occasionally direct you toward him. It should be pretty fun. I'm hoping it will be. I feel good about it. Do we have lights that can reveal the question people? Oh, that feels really good. To command photons in that way. Sir, can I help you?
What was the favorite for you, Jerry? Favorite word you've ever included in a comic strip or would like to include? And Mike, what was the favorite drawing you put in, picture, or would like to include? Like over the years from previous comics, anything that...
Favorite word? Do you know what you're getting into here?
Yes.
I think my favorite drawing is probably the recent one that I did of the real Jerry and Mike. It was super fun.
But people thought that it was like a caricature, but in your mind, that's actually how we look.
It's true. Yeah.
Man, you know, I have a soft spot for the vas deferens, which is itself a soft spot. So there's a irony. But I'm glad to say that next Wednesday's comic features the vas deferens almost exclusively. It's just a big old vas. No, it's about it. You'll get it. It's fun. You'll like it.
Thank you.
Show the screen. Put the drawing up.
Oh, you guys can't see my drawing.
Oh, the drawing is where it's at.
What the hell am I doing up here? I'm not starting over. I'm actually done.
Your revelation phase. You'll really appreciate it.
I'm in the color phase right now.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, I lied. I just started.
I'm working fast. Hey there.
Hi, I need you guys to help settle a discussion my husband and I have been having. I just found out that I'm pregnant, and and my due date is November 5th. If you know your British history or ever saw V for Vendetta, that's Guy Fawkes Day.
Remember.
I want to name the child Guy if it's a male and actually born on the due date. My husband thinks that that's a bad choice.
I think it's a rad choice. And he doesn't get to say anyway, so he can make suggestions. All right, this is like him. He can put them into the suggestion box, and then you can take the suggestion box and put it in the garbage. Not me? All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Yes?
We played Apples to Apples in 2010. Thank you very much for signing those 2 cards for me, and I'll get to explain to all my friends every time we play what Seminex is and what subcultural means.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like me.
Yes.
That sounds like a card I would have made.
Yes. All right. Well, I had a question.
Fire away.
You, for the Brains Like Precipice, particularly the 3rd episode, when you originally were writing it without the intent of it ever actually becoming a game.
Yeah, just the story stuff that was on the site.
I
Yeah.
intentionally didn't read it because I had a feeling that it might actually come back someday.
What a vote of confidence.
I know, right?
Thank you.
But since you already have documented proof of your ability to resurrect dead franchises, I want you to bring back Firefly.
It's probably just a couple million, right? I mean,
Yeah. 1 or 2 mil.
Is that what's standing in the way?
I was thinking that.
Some gold? If it's just gold.
Start a Kickstarter.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? It seems like, especially with what we've seen via Kickstarter recently, right? And then the fact that people can join together and literally change game content that is on a disc. I feel like the democratization of media is not like a futuristic sci-fi, thing. I feel like that's pretty much here. All you need is those people to rally behind. And I think that Nathan Fillion keeps hinting and joking about this kind of stuff. Eventually it's not going to be a joke. You won't need me to do it. Eventually it's not going to be a joke. You're just going to read about it on the tweets a lot. You know what I mean? That was my idea.
Thank you. Two quick questions. First, on the topic of musical guests, is there any plan or any dialogue to bring Anamanaguchi back to PAX?
All we need is to hear what you want.
All right.
I really like them, and they're really cool. Like I miss seeing them backstage. Purely platonic scenario. All right. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
We're just hanging out.
Okay.
If something happens later, whatever. I'm building that relationship. How can I help you?
And then the other thing is, last year you so generously molested my arm while signing my 12th anniversary book, but I never got Mike to sign it.
That's sad.
Interrupt him?
Sort of doing something, man.
I can sign something that looks like your real signature.
We'll be signing tomorrow.
Okay, I'll come bring mine then. But thank you guys.
No spending. Here.
Hi. First off, you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I'm an East Coaster. I've lived on the East Coast all my life, but I'm planning on moving to Seattle next year. And
I like it.
Yeah, I've visited and I love it. Do you, as native Washington Staters and as Seattleites, or whatever they call it,
I think that's it, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Do you have any advice, any suggestions, any Seattle things?
I can tell you where to eat.
Fair enough.
Well, my advice would be don't use an umbrella. That's how we know you're not from Seattle.
just take it. You know what I mean? With a resolution and maybe even a wry grin. You know what I mean? You are the master of the environment. But yeah, I mean, there's lots to eat and lots to do and lots of cool stuff. And the thing that I would tell you is that once you live there for a while, like, don't forget to do the tourist stuff, because we actually have tourist stuff that is really rad. And it's like, I didn't go to Pike's Place Market for years because I thought it was like a tourist thing, but it turns out that tourists go there for a reason. They go there because of how cool it is. So when you move there, don't forget being new. After you've been there for a while, don't forget that part and continue to explore it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
That's what.
Hi, I've always been a really big fan of your writing, and I just was wondering what inspirations you drawn from your posts on the website and also on other writing that you do on the site as well.
Well, so I was talking to somebody about this before. So the knob, imagine if you will a knob that's on my left hand on the back, and I can adjust this knob to get the right mix of two things. And that's Mark Twain on one side and H.P. Lovecraft on the other side. So, because they're both, but they actually have a lot in common. They have different subject matter, obviously. But when you turn that dial, I mean, they're both pretty wordy, right? They both take pleasure in language just as a basic element. Like before the writing happens, they like it, they want to do it, they play with words. And that's the thing I try to keep no matter where that polarity's at. I think that words are fun, and I like to collect them and use them.
Also, one quick question. Where the hell does Robert come up with those crazy interview questions that he comes up with, and are we going to be able to see more of them?
Crazy interview questions?
I like when we hire somebody new.
Oh, he's a bastard. He's cruel and mean. We could never get hired at Penny Arcade. Like we
wouldn't survive the first round.
We got grandfathered in. I'd be there about 5 minutes as soon as the abuse began, and I would say, well, you know what? Maybe there is a fast food position. Did anybody see his Q&A? Was it? I I didn't have a chance to go. Was it entertaining then? I heard some applause. Okay. We've been telling you to do that for about a decade, so. Thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
Hi. It's my third year here.
Welcome.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for coming on the East Coast.
I like it here.
I've been coming here every year with my friend Ben, who could not make it this year because of his college finals. So I've got 2 questions and you can answer them together. The first one is if you can give a shout to Ben.
Hey, Ben.
The second question is, what is the swear word of this year's PAX?
Oh,
And because yesterday at the Q&A nobody asked the question, and if you can use it with Ben in it. I'm a bastard too.
I had one that I've been using, but maybe it's not official. Oh, hold on a second. I have the other one. It's slut horse.
It's pussy crumbs.
Okay, you can choose which one you want to use. We're not going to decide. Pussy crumbs or slut horse. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying in your daily use, in your daily language. Take into account. I would assume that Ben is a slut horse who is
hooked on pussy crumbs.
Alright, so there's something I've been wondering about the,
Yuck.
Well, it implies a dryness.
Alright.
See, and that's
A crumbliness.
I'll wait for you guys.
Desiccation.
So when I have Penny Arcade open on my browser, up in the tab, there's this little, looks like a little pig face icon.
Oh,
And
sure.
I tried Googling it. I don't know what it is. It seems like something should be obvious.
No, I made that fav icon, like when fav icons came out a long time ago, because I thought that fav icons were the best.
Is it actually a pig?
Is it this face?
Oh yeah, that's it.
It's a wombat.
Alright, what does it have to do with anything?
we decided a long time ago that we really wanted to have a wombat in the script. But we couldn't figure out how to communicate the richness of a true wombat. So it was reduced to an icon on Kara's shirt. I felt like at that point, as writers, we weren't skilled enough to communicate the wholeness of the wombat. And so we reduced it. But I mean,
is it something you're keeping in the box, like you're just gonna one day?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like when all this Penny Arcade stuff is over, I'm gonna get back to what I really crave.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Number one, thank you guys. You guys do amazing work.
Thank you.
A lot of we know how you create the strip.
It's true.
We don't know, how do you go about creating the trenches with Scott Kurtz? Is it very similar to this, or I'll just sit in a room and
There was actually a PATV episode for that.
Yeah, we did one. We did an episode of the show specifically about that, like the way that writing process works, and it is different. Like as soon as you have 3 people in a room, it becomes very difficult to talk about any one thing. That's been my experience. The focus sort of goes away, but generally speaking, that's okay.
Scott is also the great derailer.
Yeah. He has things that he wants to talk about.
Hey, can I ask one simple request? Can we get the watch on the 3rd panel on the hand as it's coming down the glass?
Ooh.
Done.
Maybe give people what they want.
Hey guys,
Sir.
2 quick things. Well, 1 quick thing. It's been a really long time since I've seen any different hoodies from you guys as far as apparel goes. You've had the zip up with all the text on the back for quite a long time.
Sure.
And prior to that,
There's the fruit one that Erica made, where when you zip it up, the fruit fucker and the orange high five.
I missed that. Okay.
No, I thought it was pretty funny.
The only other thing I've seen is
She's very proud of it.
From the dark days back when there was a Penny Arcade, you wouldn't get it.
Oh, sure. So you think that we should increase hoodie production?
I would love to
in Q3.
Yes.
I'll let them know that you want more.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's easy.
The other thing I was going to ask is I started working at a local gaming shop, and been thinking about Child's Play, and after you talked about the expansion of Child's Play yesterday.
Yeah.
Is there any recommendations you can make towards me being able to get my store and my community more involved, like running, you know, you talked about War Machine yesterday, like running a War Machine Child's Play tournament, or any suggestions for that kind of
there's
thing?
lots of, especially War Machine, like War Machine's hooked in pretty, like, charitably, like that's definitely something that Privateer likes to support. But as far as any specifics like that, anytime you're curious about something about Child's Play, like, we hired someone specifically to make sure you had someone to talk to all the time about that kind of stuff. So between Kristen and Jamie, like, I promise you that they can satisfy any questions you have.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're rad, and they'll make sure that all the details are, all the switches are flipped on that stuff.
All right, great. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
That guy stole my question.
Think quick.
What's going on?
What's up?
That's all.
Okay.
I was at the Q&A, the Q&A last night at midnight.
Hot stuff?
Yeah, it was good. I dragged my girlfriend there, and while we were there, her car was broken into. Oh, and my iPad was stolen. So the question is...
We're not responsible.
Do I... Is Q responsible?
Yes.
The question is, am I obligated to help fix the broken window, or pay to fix the broken window, or can I start saving for a new iPad?
I feel...
if this affects the answer, she is not in this.
I feel... As soon as you delineated the two prospects, I just felt like a block of ice in my heart. You can't make me hold the sword.
I don't want to hold it either, man.
Oh, man. I would just run. I would just run down the stairs and go out the front and just run until you can't run anymore. That's it for you.
It's been good.
Okay.
I think we've made progress.
Godspeed.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I was here yesterday at the Q&A, and I'm glad to see neither of you slipped into sugar comas from all the whoopie pies we gave you.
No, we're okay. We're safe.
I was wondering a couple of things. First of all, Jerry,
Fire away.
in Doctor Who, who's your first Doctor?
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, when you're a kid, like, you don't really know actor names. And so when I was a kid, I think now it was Tom Baker. It was on PBS, right? You see him on PBS, and it's like, now I know that it's Tom Baker. When I was a kid, I didn't know it was Tom Baker. And then I got back into it with Eccleston, and I actually really liked Eccleston. We didn't get enough Eccleston.
No, he should have stuck.
My favorite Doctor, I think, is actually Stephen Moffat. At the end of the day, eventually he's just going to make the whole show about him and how rad he is. So.
Yeah, he's already working on it.
Yeah.
And Mike, where exactly do you harvest your textures from?
I Google free texture, and then just sort of matching them together. There's so many resources for free textures out there that you can just grab. A lot of it is, if you do search for, like, I'm trying to think of the good keywords. You know what a great one is? Faux finish. So people will redo their house, right? And one of the things they do is they put this faux finish texture on their wall with, like, a comb or something. And then they want to take pictures of their awesome wall. And that is a great texture. And so you grab that, remove the color, turn it into grayscale, adjust the brightness and contrast until you get it where you want it. And it's just a really nice sort of brush-like texture.
Well, that explains a lot. Oh, also, we noticed nobody else has been inviting this year to games, but we found a really fun one called Fiasco.
Fiasco's awesome.
Yeah, we want to know if either of you would be in the tabletop gaming.
I'll be in tabletop after this. And I'm looking to play games, so.
Sweet, you should come and find us, and we'll go play Fiasco.
Fiasco. Got it.
It's pretty hot. Do you play a lot of indie games? A lot of those indie RPGs, or you just stumble on it?
This is just what I do. I come here and
I
I like to find new games and card games and pen and paper. Like the Doctor Who role-playing game I didn't know existed until we showed up here. I think the first PAX. One of our nerd herd found it and bought it, and then I stole it.
This is a pretty strong suggestion for anybody. If you haven't spent time in tabletop at East is pretty much its own convention. So, yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
I just want to say thanks. You guys are hilarious. I always appreciate your humor. But I have two things for you guys. One short story and perhaps a request. My wife, I'm married. I have a gamer wife. She's sadly not here. She's more a little casual gamer and can't quite convince her to come. But, you know, Bejeweled, Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah.
Somehow managed to sneak in World of Warcraft as an anniversary present and didn't die. So,
nice.
We were talking the other day, and he was talking about, like, you know, the important things like, you know, mortgages and children and why she eats pickles right out of the jar. And she said the sweetest thing I've ever heard from her. So she goes, honey? No, I'm not doing the dishes, honey. No, but she really said honey, and I said, yes? When is Diablo 3 coming out? And so that's the story. But the real request that I had was, I know we have like a college humor panel and stuff like that, but how about like a comedian, like you know, a stand-up comedian, like on like one of the music nights or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's a super cool idea. You know, it's finding the right comedian, because we've certainly had requests from comedians, and they have sent us reels. And I think that it is actually very difficult to do humor that is geeky without pandering.
Yeah.
Like, and sort of, you know, you can feel it on your neck. You know what I mean? When someone is like, they're telling you the thing that they think that you want to hear, as opposed to something you both just believe or refers to the actual truths of your life.
Sure.
You know when you're being manipulated, and you don't like it. And that is the opposite of laughing at jokes, right? Yep. And so a lot of times when they'll send us in a video, frankly, I'm totally open to it, but we haven't seen the right comment yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Keep your eye on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, so this is my second PAX. I was going to ask you about the PAX swear word, but the Slut Horse took it.
All right. I think it's a keeper.
Oh yeah, I like it. I think pussy crumb might be better as an adjective or adverb.
As a medic, maybe.
Like a pussy crumbing slut horse.
Or salad topping. Let's see. Salad tongue?
Topping. Like blue cheese. I love that noise. I think that I like, oh, better than the laugh.
But actually, when someone brought the subject of you guys being able to resurrect dead franchises, at the keynote speech yesterday, I did this. Can you get Jordan Mechner to publish Death Bounce?
Well, it sounds like he has every intention of tracking down that source code and putting it on the site. I mean, I think especially after this, I suspect Death Bounce will be a thing. It'll be Death Bounce on iOS, and it'll be it'll be a revolution.
We can only hope.
Thank you.
Hey there, Louvel Bowen, first-time enforcer. Just wanted to give a quick shout-out to my fellow enforcers, my new family, pretty much.
Absolutely.
I was going to do the Slut Horse thing, too. So, have you guys read George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones, or watched it, or anything like that?
I have read the first 2 books, and I have watched I'm watching the show. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I read the first book, and I loved it. Like, I was swept away. Except for some of its grotesque descriptions of food. Truly grotesque, like borderline or like porn descriptions of onion and beef juice running down a woman's arm and onto her dress. You know, that is nauseating. But essentially, yeah, I heard the third book is just a long description like that. But so I read the first one and I loved it. Like, so I loved it so much that I actually set that book over here and then got the second book and opened it up, and I didn't know who any of those people were, and I didn't care. And and then it would be Tyrion again, and it'd be like, yes, and then it would be some other douche. And, you know what I mean? And so for me, I found the second book challenging, and maybe that's like the test. I suspect that second book is like the reader test, and I failed that test. But I'm starting to watch the series, which is of the first book that I really enjoyed, and it's a real pleasure because I can tell how much. My wife hasn't read the books, and I can tell how much she likes Eddard, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be. She loves Sean Bean and she loves Eddard, and so it's just And she's like, oh no, he's gonna be the king's hand, and I'm like, maybe I don't know. Right? And so I suspect that. I suspect that I'll enjoy the second season very much. I think that when it makes that transition, there's necessarily some kinds of edits. And the edits that I've seen so far in the first season they haven't been cruel to the original work. And so I suspect that's something that'll continue.
Yeah, it gets better for the stars, don't worry. Yeah, things get great.
Good, that's a good feeling.
Hello?
Hey there.
Oh, this is my third PAX, so thank you very much for coming to the East Coast.
Welcome aboard.
In 7 days, the first episode of Avatar: The Legend of Korra airs. And so, as a two-parter, first, have either of you seen the first season, the first show, actually?
I've watched the first two, yeah.
The second part is, Mike, would you be willing to draw something as either a reference or an homage to Legend of Korra?
Oh, that's a pretty easy call.
Yeah, I already love her. I mean, I've only seen them, and she's incredible, right? So
yeah.
I'll definitely be drawing some fan art.
Thank you.
I have a one-part question.
A mono question? How can I help?
On Reddit, Robert said at some point.
On his AMA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, you guys gifted him a share in Penny Arcade.
True.
And I was wondering, as people who have on multiple occasions sold rights to your own work accidentally, how did that process just go, Robert? We would like to give you a share of the company. Now, please do that.
Yes.
To yourself.
Yeah, we had a great conversation with Robert once where we said, Robert, should we have someone audit you? And he said, absolutely, you should. And we're like, but we don't know how to do that. He's like, they would never find it.
Sounds like him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Paul Cristoforo, which most people likely know as the turbo douche from Ocean Marketing, has been boasting on Twitter that he is at this year's PAX East. I'm wondering, will there be rewards for his capture?
The latest development in that last night was that he's not actually here. I think he has a friend here. He won't post a picture of himself, right? And his phone. What's that in here? Well, yeah. His phone is tweeting his location as still being in California. So he's not super smart. But yeah, there's no indication that he's actually
Is that
here.
how it all shook out?
Yeah.
Location awareness?
Yeah, he's in Carlsbad. It's not Boston.
I want to emphasize, just for the record, there is no PAX Carlsbad.
Yeah.
At his house. There is not an offshoot of the convention there.
Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Is there anything at PAX
Watch. Yep. Thank you.
that you don't see? Like, you think, why hasn't someone suggested this? When you look at the schedule every year? Like, you're surprised that, why hasn't this made an appearance?
Not
that I can think of.
Not yet. The paneling and the programming is pretty broad, and the truth is that when our PAX experience mostly consists of exhibition and tabletop, and then the panels that we do in here and the concerts. So generally speaking, for us, it's hard to get out to specific things. Obviously, I look over the roster, and then we approve certain panels, but a lot of the panels that come in are actually suggested panels. Like, people put in requests. Like, there's a panel, you'll see it next time, because I'm putting it out now, but there's actually a panel request phase where people can put in their own requests, either for them to do one, or things that they exist, or the things that they think should exist. And then we'll put together a panel based on that theme if they're not willing to do it. Is this the preface to a suggestion?
Oh, no. I was just wondering if, like, a suggestion shows up and you look, shit, we should have had this already.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, typically speaking, if we don't have something like that in the roster already, we just slot it. I mean, the idea that the convention itself is an interactive sort of version of the internet is very important to us. So.
No, and me and my sister have been coming here to PAX since it's been in Boston. And she's noticed you get art, so she's made you one if you like it.
Art?
Sorry, I was really absorbed in this drawing. What? Oh, she has art?
We are.
She cross stitches?
Oh, this bangs off the hook. Thank you. Here. Oh, no, don't worry, you'll see it. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's all mine. That's not gonna happen. That's going up in the fucking office.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, this is too hot. Oh man, can you see all the little stitches? Was the resolution sufficient? That is rad. Oh man. Sorry, okay, I'm focused. Back in panel mode. Hello.
Hi. So I attended the Q&A last night, and it was definitely worth it. There's not
Cool.
many things worth missing the Protomen for, but that was definitely one of the things.
Well, the Protoman had an orchestra with him, so I don't know.
And he mentioned something that I wanted to ask to you guys.
Oh, sure.
The first thing was in the season 2 commentary, you dropped the bomb that Robert doesn't actually have to wear glasses, and that if he heard you guys say that, he would get very pissed off at you. So did he find out that you said that and revealed his secret?
He was very upset. He claims now that his eyesight has deteriorated. And that he actually does need the glasses.
And then sometimes he'll pretend like he can't see things.
Yeah.
Just to kind of sell it, but nobody's buying it. He'll just run into shit. It's sad, really.
And the second thing was he said that somebody seriously approached you guys to make a Penny Arcade theme park. And I wanted to know your guys' opinion on it. You were like, yes, let's do
He
this.
has never told us that.
No.
You have to understand that he is like the membrane between us and the wild, chaotic universe of people trying to manipulate us. Right? Manipulating us is Robert's job. And
he takes it very seriously.
He takes it very seriously. That's for him to do. So, no, he protected us from that particular request. I don't even know what that would look like. I don't want to get on those rides.
Would you do it? The fruit pucker roller coaster, come on.
That part's okay, and I guess the juice-based snacks, I don't know. It didn't happen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you tell us anything about the new kid? Any developments with that?
Well, you want to tell us anything about that?
No, I mean, the way that system works, they purchase the rights, they option it, and then they have...
Hold on a second. So you know about the term option, right? Because we have to learn about this too. So you option, that means that you have selected a work
to maybe make a movie about.
Now, did you know that there is something called a second option?
So they have, on the first option, they have a year?
Yeah, something like
that. They have like a year to make a movie. And if they don't, then the options go back to us. But they can get what's called the second option, where they're like, no, we're just going to hang on to it a little longer. And so they're just sitting on it right now. You know, I mean, maybe someday they'll make it, but it's not up to us anymore.
Yeah, maybe they'll invent a third option. I don't know.
Also, about your other creative works, have you guys been doing anything for sand?
Yeah, we have to do
We
that.
owe you guys.
Yeah, no, we owe you. So,
It's so cool.
No,
I think
we'll
that's
have
such
to.
an awesome idea.
We'll have to do that this year. I mean, what happened is that somebody was. There was. Oh, I'm gonna get in huge trouble. So there was a point at which there might have been something like filmed, but then that didn't happen. So I think we're doing comics again. So that's cool.
Also,
I said too much.
Last thing, I don't want to hug the mic, but can you put in the annual My Little Pony reference in this video?
If it only happens once, it's not annual.
He's asked for his molt, so we can put the molt in, and then I guess we can remove it.
The what?
The molt.
I don't know what that is either.
My Little Pony.
Oh. I don't have any reference. I can't just draw ponies from memory.
I can describe one for you.
The pony's not happening. I'm putting my foot down.
I'm one of the guys that got up to ask about the swear word from yesterday, so I had to change my question. We missed another tradition, and my knuckles remain uncracked.
Oh, we can do it. Yeah. You have every reason to fear.
Yeah, Pork Fry's not here to ask it. He's actually working.
All right. Well, he'll appreciate that you've taken up the standard. All right. So we know the ritual, right? We go 1, 2, 3, and then after 3 is the knuckle crack. Are we ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. That was a bad one.
That was a beautiful one.
A symphony. Yes, how can I help?
So I've been moving my way through all of the Penny Arcade stuff, and there's so much of it that it's taking a very long time. So
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've actually done this yet, but there's a particular web series that you've got going on called Extra Credits.
Woo! Oh, sure.
And I was wondering if you guys have done or are planning on doing a gaming culture segment with you and James Portnow together writing, and then maybe some art from Penny Arcade instead of the normal animations, or in addition to the animations?
They haven't. I mean, I think that they stay pretty busy. Would be my guess, but no, but I mean, they've never asked, and we've never talked to them. But that's because we haven't had the idea.
So I need to go find James now?
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, I think that we're essentially kind to each other, right? I think that our presumption is that the other is too busy to work on anything together. But obviously, they're great. We're running the show. I watch it every time. So I catch their show and miss my own show. So yeah, I think that could be a pretty cool episode.
All right. That's all I wanted.
Cool.
Hey, so I've noticed
What's that? Oh. It's cool. Hey, what's up?
All right, so I've noticed since PAX EAST started, there's been a bit of a rivalry between East and Prime.
Oh,
especially the sharing of some choice words. I believe last year you referred to Prime as a den of thieves. So I was curious, do you have any words for Prime this year?
Oh, I mean, about how bad they are?
Yeah, talk shit.
Yeah, Prime is not even a real event. I don't even go to that one. I hire an impersonator. It is easy to find fat, bald men. The rates through the floor.
And I'd like to throw my hat into the ring for the official swear word, Dick Splash.
Dick Splash? It sounds refreshing. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta come from a darker place. You know what I mean? Come back next year.
I'll step my game up.
All right. See you, man.
Hi.
Yeah.
First year at PAX. I have a quick kind of a two-part question regarding your merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
I am wondering, is there ever actually going to be a fruit fucker juicer, and would it still come with a copy of the Lift Tech engine?
Oh, from back in the original. See, you're going all the way back into the archive.
Yes, I am.
This is true dedication. I'm not sure that we're ready to get into appliances yet.
I want my freshly raped orange juice.
I strongly suspect that this is not a product we will create. And I apologize. Maybe a USB, buddy? I don't know.
Hi guys. First, Jerry.
It's Matt. Hello.
Hi.
We shared many special moments.
That we did. Thank you for that. I will treasure that forever, and I cannot express how much I appreciate it.
You don't need to know.
Oh, is that the guy?
That's him.
I've been discussed.
He's bigger than you said.
Thank you. Okay, but I have a request and a question. It's not too late for the request. We haven't seen Frank in a while, and I would find the concept of Frank as an enforcer to be particularly hilarious. Like, is there any way we could get that in there, or is it too late? Or is it just not that funny?
I don't know where Frank would go in here. How about I just draw a picture of Frank?
That is also acceptable. Thank you.
We're super bad at using our characters.
See, we sometimes forget that they are real.
There are so many of them.
Yeah, I know. It's a deep roster.
A very deep one. My question is, you talked briefly about three-word phrase yesterday. I'm wondering...
Did you go check it out?
I actually read it regularly, well, semi-regularly, so I'm familiar with it. But I'm wondering, are there any other webcomics that you're cutting your teeth on right now that the collective, you think, needs to know about?
What? I mean, we all access the same internet. I'm always surprised when someone doesn't see this it's the same thing, or they have something that they bring to me. Let's see, three-word phrase is good.
I'm bad with names of comics.
Yeah.
Like there's one I really like that is like a blue bird.
That's Twitter. That's just Twitter.
It's so funny all the time. It's like a blue bird and he has a big black eye.
Oh yeah, Nedroid.
Okay, I like that one.
Is it Tales for Sad Children? Stories for Sad Children?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Stories for Sad Children, I believe.
That's marvelous.
Pictures for Sad Children.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, guys.
I knew about the sad kids. That's the part that stuck out. Hey, what's up?
I have a game. So, this dice has been responsible for a total party kill in the Tomb of Horrors, 4 confirmed in a roll, natural 20s, and countless other hijinks.
Yeah, exactly.
So, for you, you're going to each roll the die. Whoever gets the higher dice roll gets to decide what happens next. So, you've been going through the Enchanted Woods.
I see.
The Enchanted
Woods. Enchanted Woods, okay.
Yes. And finally, after days of stalking, you found it. The majestic slut horse, covered in glistening pussy crumbs, just glinting off of the dying
This is a good DM.
No, like in the moonlight.
In the moonlight, the glistening moonbeams. What do you do? This is basically an initiative check.
Ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's 13. Well. Okay.
Do I have... I assume I have a satchel of some kind.
Satchel with standard adventuring gear.
And maybe a knife.
You have a knife.
Okay.
Where are you going with it?
I want to attempt to harvest the pussy crumbs.
Scraping
I want to scrape them into my satchel. Is that like an animal handling check?
I think that's an
Okay. Now, do I get like a +2 if I'm whispering to the horse as I approach?
You get a +2
Sweetly?
for sweetly whispering to the horse.
That's a good girl. Oh shit.
That's a 1. So if you were throwing a knife across the slut horse, that's a good girl.
Knife across the slut horse's back. The crumbs begin to fall, and as it does, the slut horse goes wild, kicking and screaming. Your knife happens to catch one of the crumbs.
Hold on a second, are you seeing this slut horse over here?
It's splintering back. Jerry holds on to you and you are dragged away off into the moonlight. Shit. We'll see what happens next year.
That was surprisingly engaging.
Really intimidating, but greetings from Canada.
Hey there.
I just wanted to say I've been a huge fan of Penny Arcade for a very long time, especially the wordsmithing. As I'm something of an aspiring writer, I just always really enjoyed the wordplay, but especially child's play. We fundraised at our wedding, we fundraised at theater productions. I've actually just convinced our corporation to use child's play as a fundraiser.
As one of the options?
Yep, absolutely.
Wow, thank you.
So we're going head to head with like Habitat for Humanity. Screw houses, games! But I had a quick request and a question.
Sure.
I was really hoping I could prevail upon you to sign my badge. And if it's not too presumptuous, if you could forge Mike's signature as well.
Absolutely. Easily done. It wouldn't be the first time.
I would be thrilled. But also, I was really hoping you could tell us when we might see Automata again, as it's my favorite arc. The writing, the art especially. I love it. I would pay to see all kinds of Automata.
My wife just texted me to tell me I'm so gross. She's watching it home on the live stream, I guess.
That's on you, brother.
Yeah.
Listen, I said slut horse. You know what I mean? Like, right, there's a mutated version of his signature. See, that's another thing I would get in trouble for talking about, I assume, right?
Yeah.
What's automata? Automata is always at the front of our mind. It's so cool, like I can't imagine that we had anything to do with it. I feel like there's 1,000,001 things it could be, and deciding which of those things to do first is pretty intimidating, actually. So just trust that we have a similar affection for it, and that'll eventually manifest itself.
Thank you. And in parting, a filthy word.
Why would he be bleeding out of his hand?
What? A filthy word from our carpool. Cum dumpster.
That's a classic. It's aged.
Okay. I was here at the QA lab yesterday.
Yes.
You guys were able to sign me. I got a hug from Gabe. I really appreciate it. 4 quick questions.
Whoa.
Trust me, they're quick. They're quick.
I always presume too much, sir.
Trust me. I always love the 4-panel parts of PAX TV. So I was wondering, what's your favorite one to date? And if the show is back, like back in 2006 when you first started, which comic would you actually would love to, do a 4-panel part on?
I think that my favorite one is probably the one that we did recently, which was about...
Mass Effect?
Yeah, it was about Mass Effect. I think it was called Configuration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the porno one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean... It
was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's just like, that's some real talk. I mean, like, they just had the cameras running, and I think that it was presumed by Mike when they were taping it, and then by Robert when he saw it, that I wouldn't let anyone else see it, basically. But I feel like it's okay to talk about that stuff, and I feel like if you don't talk about that kind of stuff, then other people will feel like they can't talk about that kind of stuff, and then no one will talk about that kind of stuff, and everyone will think they're like everyone else, and they're not, and they'll secretly feel terrible. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like there has to be a better fucking system.
Right.
And the better system is to talk. Anyhow, so as far as an old comic, what would have been great No, but we have lookouts. We actually recorded a podcast for when we made up lookouts.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have a video of us putting together something like Automata. So I'd like to do...
It's okay, don't worry, I've got this.
This is a new style.
Everything's under control.
Any of the big projects, like... So we've done it a couple of years in a row where we basically made 3 big projects and then let people choose which one they like the most. I feel like that process is something that we need to get filmed. Like when we try to make up something, and Fourth Panel is mostly about making Penny Arcade and just the things that are going on. But when we're trying to make up something completely new, I feel like it would be of a lot of use, especially for other people who are trying to make things that are completely new, just to see how other people do it. How do you go from the ground up, and what are the basic ingredients in something like that? I feel like that would be, I think that's going to be interesting, and I feel like it would be useful.
Nice. And actually, the fourth question is merged into a third question. I don't know if you guys watched Californication, Mrs. George and Jerry.
It's marvelous.
Has anybody told you look like Charlie Runkle?
Yeah.
He has to be my favorite. He's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's the king of Fuck Mountain. Yeah.
Especially on this season.
Yeah. Yeah. I look exactly like him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys. It really seems to get under your skin when you share your gaming experiences with the public and you say like, oh, I'm playing this and I like this aspect of it. And people seem to connect some dots that they make up and seem to think that you're getting paid to make these comments.
Oh, sure.
To what extent does that happen, and does that really bother you?
Yeah, it really does bother me. That's why I get so angry. No, I mean, I feel...
To shake it off, or... Do you
yeah, I'm not a very good person. And so... Yeah, when I say something on Twitter like, oh man, Tara, I'm really having fun with Tara, and then the next 5 tweets are, oh, how much is NMAS paying you? Like, it just really bothers me, because Jerry and I have had this conversation. It's not like we don't have opportunities to do that, I mean, people
That's very common.
People come to us and say, we'd like to pay you to say something good about our game, And so we kind of feel like all the work we do to not sell you guys out is shit upon when people say stuff like that, and it pisses me off. And I'm not the kind of person who just says, I'll let it roll off my back. I get mad.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is my first PAX, so I'm really excited to be here and
Thank you for
meet
coming.
as a person. I have 2 questions. One, what is your favorite comic that you've ever made?
Ooh. I thought about this ahead of time in case somebody asked me, and then I forgot. I had it just in my mind.
I think, well, there's a couple different ones that I really like for different reasons. I think one of the best comics that we've ever made, just in terms of, it's not even really funny, but the strip where there's like a little boy, Gabe, sitting on the couch playing games, and Tycho's very angry, and he sits down and grabs the controller, and he becomes a little boy Tycho. It's a Mega Man strip, but we took the text out of it for the print because you don't need it. And
the text is not relevant.
For some reason, that strip I think is just perfect. And like I said, it doesn't have to. It's not super funny. It's just perfect to me.
There's thousands of strings, and it's really hard. Can you remind me of a strip that I did?
You are completely on your own.
Man, oh man. No, the caution was good. Yeah.
Hope You Like Text is pretty great.
Hope You Like Text is like what happens when I take over the comic, I guess. Right? Do you remember this one? So it's like every panel is almost completely consumed with a text box until the last one that's almost... You'll find it. You'll see it. It's basically like a rant, something that would be in the news post, but it's like a rant that took over the strip. I don't know. I feel like it came off pretty well. Give it a try.
Okay. And my second one is, can you guys also sign my badge?
Yeah. Yep. I can.
Just bring it over to me.
games. Have fun. All right.
Hey man, this is my second PAX, and I just want to say, last year before I came, board games for me, like, I didn't play any. I think like the hardest one I ever played was Risk, and after last year PAX, that's it. That's all I do.
Right.
I just bought Game of Thrones, the board game, like a couple weeks ago.
Is it
I
cool?
played it. The game's incredible. Yeah, it's like, you ever play StarCraft, the board game? Yeah, it's, imagine that, except it takes about a third of the time to set up and not nearly as complicated and doesn't take 30 hours to play, so it's pretty fun.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, so my question to you is there any board games that you play that are like really like over the top great? Because I only promised that if I'm one this entire convention, I have about 200 now, and I basically play one of like every day, but
Well, the challenge, right, is going to be finding one you don't already own. It sounds like it sounds like your life from now.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. So have you played?
I exaggerated a little bit, but I don't have like.
Hey, listen. Do you have a crokinole board?
I do not.
I think that you should get a crokinole board.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of your games, it sounds like you're into grand tactical stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
big games.
Yeah, a lot
This
of.
is, this is incredible. Crokinole is basically a dexterity game. So it's a board game that you'll keep with your other board games, but mechanically it's a physical game. It's about it's sort of like multiplayer competitive shuffleboard on a round board. It's something else. You should check it out.
Have you ever played Inevitable, by the way? It's a board game that you have out to demo, but it's actually not for sale because it's really old.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing. It's a post-apocalyptic election game where everyone's trying to increase their stats to overthrow a supercomputer in the middle by getting enough votes. But the political parties are like zombies or playboys or like a giant corporation. The game makes no sense. It's absolutely incredible. So if you guys are down in board games,
I'll see us down there.
There's one old yellow ratty box.
Nice.
Thanks guys a lot.
See you, man.
How you guys doing?
Good.
My second PAX, love it. Will be coming every time. It's the only vacation I get every year. This year it actually happens to fall on my anniversary, so I dragged my girlfriend. And the only reason I got online was to request that you veto all ponies. That's it. That's the only reason I got online. I found out about bronies last year when I had one in my car. And I think I kicked him out on I-90.
That's hard. This is a hard man.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is my second PAX. East Coast Philly represent. Philly and so I'm here to ask you the tough questions.
Oh yeah, that the mainstream media refuses to ask.
Exactly.
The lamestream media.
Question one.
Yeah.
Mike and Jerry, are you ass guys or breast guys?
See, so this is wow. I am a face guy.
No, this is true.
It's not a joke. I'm not saying it to get out of the dialectic. Like he does not understand me at all.
I'm gonna go ahead. My wife's watching. I love boobies. That's like my favorite thing. And so there are times where, oh, Jesus, a lot of people in this room. They'll say something like that, and you think, all right.
Yeah, he's trying to. It's a cover, right?
Yeah.
I can't tell that story. Never mind. No, he's telling the truth.
And second hard question: would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? Really think about this one.
Listen, I don't like fight questions, and this is an example of a good fight question. It's got the surreal imagery, right? And you can hear that sort of quack neigh in your pocket. You're selling it. You're selling it.
And one last bonus question. Would you rather go without cheese or oral sex?
Sophie's choice?
Well, it's like these if a tree falls in the forest. I mean, how do you answer that? Like all cheese?
No cheese on pizza, no mozzarella sticks, no...
So how are we fixed for like milk byproducts like a yogurt or a cottage cheese?
No cottage cheese.
Okay.
I would go without oral sex.
Thank you for your time. This is a great design.
Pleasure, thank you. What is this? Some bread?
So yesterday I was at the Q&A and someone mentioned Tim Buckley and you guys seemed very affronted. So
I think he is an affront.
Well, that's actually my question. I was wondering if there exists any sort of beef, and if so, what is the nature thereof?
There's no beef. I mean, we've never met him. Just in general, I think he does bad work.
I don't want any part of that. Hello.
I have a question about your characters, actually.
Fire away.
Do you guys ever get bored of your characters? Because I know you've been drawing them for a number of years, and do you think they're outdated in any way?
Like visually?
Yeah, like do you ever get bored of it? Want to change
I bet he would love to answer this question.
No, I mean, I never get bored of them because I'm changing them a lot. Like I think that if I was still drawing them like I did in 1998, then obviously, yeah, that would suck. But like I'm doing this new thing with Gabe, this snaggletooth. I love this snaggletooth. Like it just makes him look so dumb and happy. And, I don't know. This new Gabe face. Now I'm ready to draw him for another couple years, you know, like, there's always little tweaks to the characters that I'm doing that maybe a lot of people don't notice, but keep me happy drawing them.
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, I remember because there was a period where the two characters looked very similar. And I can remember, because I think there have been times where he was sick of it, and then when he's sick of it, that's when it has to change, right? So I remember when you decided that they had to have different jaws. I remember this was like your revelation.
Well, they had to have different silhouettes.
Right, they had to have a different outline, and I remember him like just going at it, like going hard with all these different faces, trying to find the right way to make them distinct. So I think that he has been sick of it before, but that he shifts it.
And can you guys show my pass?
Yeah, sure.
My font is actually not in here. I'm not doing Comic Sans. Like, that has to be in here. I did this last year. Papyrus? You're a criminal.
Wingding.
Wingding.
There's no wingdings.
First off, please excuse the exceptional shittiness of my beard. It's in a state of regrowth.
I can barely see it from here. Magnificent.
Thank you. Second of all, I'm really hoping that someone hasn't asked this question because I showed up late here and I missed the Q&A yesterday.
Fire away.
But are we ever going to see Acquisitions Inc. on the East Coast?
I would love to do that. We've been talking. Last time we talked to them, they seemed amenable to getting that stuff going again. Probably as part of because they're remaking D&D essentially.
As in the playtest.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, how was it?
It was fun. I can't say anything more though.
Oh,
I don't want to get my
it's
ass
all under
sued.
NDA, isn't it?
I don't want to get my ass sued by Wizards.
Even you saying that it was fun is probably a crime.
God.
It's crazy. But anyway, I think that we'll probably end up doing something else with them, but I'm not sure when in the year it would fall.
And the second thing I'd like to ask, would you guys, not so much my past, but my
butthole.
my PH1.
Oh, sure. I'm going to give you another fake Gabe, because I think that he is hard at work.
Just like the highlight of Western civilization. Also, I was wondering, a question for you, is as a fellow logophile, how often do you find yourself lowering the level of your diction to be able to communicate with people around you? Never. Do you often get asked, like, what are you saying? You know, and I see it this way to my 2-year-old daughter. Yeah, I'm trying. God love class. Wondering, I have 2 questions. One, yes or no, elaborate if you want. Is Robert True some kind of horrible necromantic golem? Because the man doesn't seem to stop ever. I think in the model, he's the necromancer and we're the golem. And the second question is, there's a lot going on with esports right now. There's StarCraft 2, there's League of Legends, there's all that going on. Have you guys looked at that, watched some of the streams? Just sure. An interest? Yeah, I actually, I enjoy LOL streams more than, like, I enjoy watching anybody play a game, like, 'cause I like games and I like to see how they play them, but I derive a lot more enjoyment from LOL over StarCraft because it's like a team sport. For whatever reason, I see there's more people acting, right, and they're working together. I mean, I have a natural, sympathy for cooperative play, you know what I mean? And I like to see the team compositions and stuff like that, and see the interplays of powers, but yeah, I definitely watch those streams. Whenever I see them come up on the site, I definitely watch them HD stream. Thank you. That's right. Hey guys, second PAX here, so I'm not sure if this was ever asked. If you could move the PA offices, and where you guys live in touch, where would you go if you had to move out of Washington? If you had your choice of anything.
Well, man, we have. Do you want any kind of punctuation here? Or? No. It's just it's all caps, no punctuation. Trust me, it'll work. Because people use punctuation for a reason. I don't come down to the bus station until you gotta draw your comments. Alright? We're moving on. What the? You can't really win against him. He actually has a computer. We had this fantasy. If we could move it anywhere in the world, we actually made a strip about it, where there was a place that was selling an abandoned missile silo, and it projected like 7 floors underground, and it all had ventilated living spaces. Exactly, that's where the distro came from. Like, there's no question.
I didn't think that was serious.
Oh, it's quite serious.
I feel really dumb now. Thanks anyway.
Oh, no sweat, man. No sweat.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Greetings from New Jersey.
Hey there.
I have a request for a future comic, something we have not seen in many years.
Let me grab my phone. Yes.
For Jerry to draw part of it.
Oh. I'll be done here in a minute. You sit down, draw away. Okay, I can handle that. I can handle those tasks.
Thank you.
No sweat.
Okay, I had a couple things, then they all got said already. So, I'm down to 2. This is my second PAX. I'm enforcing this year because I'm crazy. And thank you for making this happen.
Our pleasure.
You guys are awesome. The second thing, I don't know if anyone else was at the Q&A last night and was wondering if you could actually get an answer to this question. I believe the exact question, who refused to answer this at the Q&A.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I believe the question read, I always see you around PAX, like, outside of the Q&A, and you always look really fucking sharp. Where do you buy your suit?
Oh, I actually don't know. Oh, he wouldn't tell you where he buys clothes?
His suits, very
Is that a thing? Is it like... I mean, he didn't invent the suit. No, I don't know where it is. It may surprise you. I do not shop with Robert. Let me tell you what I brought here. I brought this pair of pants. 1 pair. 8 shirts that look exactly like this. Robert would cry if he heard that. He would cry. You didn't even bring anything nice to wear on Easter tomorrow? There's no God.
Do you still have your safety implementation devices?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Safety implementation device?
First of all, I'm insulted by the question. And second of all, it's inappropriate.
Frank, if you do not have your safety implementation device, another one will be provided to you at this moment.
But it's political.
This concludes our test for today. Have a good day, and remember, safety second, science first.
So yesterday, I had a policeman following me around because I didn't know if Paul Cristoforo was going to jump out of a garbage can at some point.
Like a raccoon?
Yeah. And so now that we know he's not here, I no longer have the escort. But yesterday, trying to explain to a police officer why 10 people dressed in white lab coats are surrounding you and then give you a potato to wear. Like, you guys are lucky he didn't draw his gun.
And the funny thing is that I had the potato, and then I was like, ha, funny joke, clip, throw it in the back. They found me later, and I did not have it, and they shamed me, and they opened up a case and gave me a potato.
That's what I'm saying, they found me on the exhibition floor.
Oh no, I thought when they found you and I ran.
No,
We gotta be in this together. We're against them. We're one team, okay? This is one team. I'm sorry.
Hello, from Canada.
Hi there.
Hi. My husband and I are expecting.
Are just the three of you?
It is just a week and a half, I guess.
What are you expecting?
We're expecting a boy.
Oh.
Hopefully that's how it turns out.
A human boy or not?
A human. Or a man.
We'll find out. It's gonna be exciting.
Our question for you as parents, what do you enjoy most about sharing the gaming culture with your kids, and what are you most looking forward to about sharing that with your kids?
Well, you Gabe's a little bit older. I mean,
for me, I can tell you a dad story if you guys want a minute. So my son is, my oldest son is 7 now. He's 100% hooked on Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, we have a Penny Arcade server that he plays on. He plays on some public servers that I've sort of scouted out for him. But he was playing the other day, and he built a lighthouse with a glowstone in the top. And I said, that's pretty cool. Is there any way that you could make it turn like a lighthouse? You know, that was my sort of challenge to him. And he was in there for a couple hours, right? And I came back in, and there's nothing in Minecraft that just rotates, right? There's no piece that he could put in there. So what he did is I think they're like pusher blocks, like there's a switch that makes something push, right? So he had created a system where there were pusher blocks in each corner that would push the glowstone from side to side. So each time it went to a different corner, the next block would push it to the next one, would push it this way, push it to the side, it would rotate around. And it was all built with red dust and trigger plates. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I mean, you hear about people saying, oh, you have to limit the amount of time these kids play, but he built a fucking lighthouse. There's no way I'm going to limit that time. Absolutely not. So yeah, that's my proud dad story.
Any suggestions for what we should name our spawn?
There'll be no shortage of suggestions. The suggestion so far is wow. Oh man, I'm sorry, naming, that's like the most important thing in my life. I mean, I spend a lot of time thinking about naming. I could not take that from you. I'm sorry, I couldn't do. Inappropriate. That's not going to work.
What's the middle name?
Yeah. Here we go. Just X. Everyone's X. What's the X stand for? My parents are nerds, so. Oh man.
chose my son's name because it sounded like a name that would be on the cover of those really lucrative beach books, so that he could sustain me in my dotage. So I feel like you have to make the long-term plans. Like my daughter, her name is Ronya Quinn, and I thought that was badass. Her destiny is the destiny of conquest. And so I wanted to make sure that she had a name that could sustain her through what is almost certainly an arbitrary and bullshit universe most of the time. Right? So you're arming your child with this name, and that's why I can't do it for you.
Hello. I thought of you in the wild yesterday.
Yeah, in the park.
Yeah, in the wild. A wild terrier there. Up here. Yeah, all of it until like you left, and it was like maybe 2 hours later where it hit me. I was like, holy shit, that was Jerry.
Hey, why? You can draw it.
Tycho.
It was the Tychos.
Yeah. The Tychosen one?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I forgot my question. It happened again, like, oh my god. Actually, the question for Mike.
Perfect timing.
Yes, very perfect timing. I stopped by around the Nintendo area and I saw the Skyward Sword comic things that you drew. And
Oh, do they have it here?
Yeah,
oh, cool.
Of it, and
we've never seen it printed out. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love it. And I was wondering if you were going to do any more of that, if Nintendo said anything.
Yeah, if Nintendo asked me to take any more of their beloved properties, I would be happy to do that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when that project came up, you can't say no to it, right?
Pretty much on the print it says how Nintendo approached you.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to do anything else with them. Yeah, absolutely. Metroid? Ooh, how cool would that be?
One more. Can you just sign my back?
Sure. You leave yourself. I actually have to write what's the thing's arm so that you know. Yeah, it looks like an elf. All right, next question over here. Someone took my question again. What's up? What's going on? Hanging out. That's cool. All right, over here.
I'm a huge fan of Anarchy in your strip, and I love her as a character, and I noticed that she seems to be like a younger, opposite gender version of Psycho. I was wondering if there's any plans or any thoughts of including a younger, opposite gender version of Dave.
Boy, that could be fun. I mean, what's interesting about Anarchy is actually based on my niece. Is maybe here? Oh yeah, there she is. That's the real Anarchy. But she ended up being Tycho's niece in the comic. Yeah, kind of young Gabe. That's terrifying. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. We'll think about it. The relationship is already set, right? The relationship is already set between the kind of, like, for lack of a better term, like, energy that Gabe has and Psycho has, and the reason it works is because they play off. Like, Anarchy had a friend, yeah. Scale, this younger friend, that could be a blast. Yeah, I mean, what we do with characters, like, I don't know, there's characters that I like, but what I tend to like are the relationships between characters. So I really like the way Anarchy and Gabe interact. Like when they were making the dickerdoodles and like that kind of thing. Like the two of them together I think is really fun. Vagina snaps, yeah.
Another question that might be kind of ballsy. Can I get a picture with one of you guys, either after the battle or now or something?
Tomorrow we'll be doing signing pictures, whatever you need from us.
Awesome, thank you.
Within reason.
Hello.
Hey.
You might recognize me from yesterday. I gave you a comment that you kindly read aloud. My girlfriend is in the audience today.
Oh.
That's punishment for those badgering comments. What I have is, one, I'm actually going to be meeting with James Portnow later today. I got a visit from her the other day. I I can actually text him or something and let him know that you guys would actually like to do guest art or extra credits and stuff if you want to.
Sure.
And the other thing is, this is actually more of a technical question. I noticed, because I'm way too observant, that you're using Intuos.
Yeah.
Tablet. And my girlfriend and I have been discussing it. I recently got into Intuos myself. Why don't you use a Syntec instead?
Yeah, I mean, Scott uses a Syntec, and so he's got one in the office that that's a pretty good ham, actually. And I played with it a little bit. The reality is that I learned on a tablet, you know, and so I actually feel more comfortable now drawing this way. And moving to the Syntec, it doesn't save any time. So I actually prefer the devil ham? I don't know. Alright. Good?
Hey, I'm here from Pittsburgh. I have a question about League of Legends.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. So you guys still play, right?
Yeah.
I remember you guys drawing yourselves as Wukong and Leona.
That's right.
Which is cool. Do you guys have any, did you draft pick or blind pick or what?
Draft pick. Yeah. Sometimes it's fun.
Do you have any people that are, like, particularly, you see them in game and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Jesus, if I see a fiddlestick, I hate fiddle, yeah, hate Mordekaiser.
Oh, I love Mordekaiser.
Oh, I hate to fight him. Who do you hate?
Do I hate to see?
Yeah, like if you're going in the lane, you're going top lane, or going middle.
Erdnot.
Oh god, what a block.
Erdnot, that little robot with fucking 4-legged thing.
Blitzcrank.
Fuck that.
I don't know, I hate a lot of them. Anytime I get beat by a hero, that hero is bullshit, overpowered, not balanced, and needs to be taken out immediately.
Alright, fair enough.
Thank you. Is that it? Is our panel over?
Mostly for Jerry, I'm sorry, Mike. I'm tired. Since I got a Kindle, I've been reading a ton, and the person I've been reading the most, for whatever reason, has been Neil Stephenson.
Yeah.
What his feelings are, and I just absolutely love, and some of his other works.
Sure. You wondering where to go next? I would start with Gene Wolfe. Science fiction that you can read without shame. You know what I mean? Crazy big ideas, never talks down to the reader, awesome stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Fun fact.